So I'm kind of doing a demo of kind of mini review of all the different guns I actually have. I actually just got this one a few days ago, and kind of always thought it'd be kind of cool to own a Desert Eagle. So, eventually when I found ways to get the money or had the money laying around, I looked around for a while to find one for a good price, and I found this for I believe 1400, and had to get it in the 50 AE, but this is just your basic box it comes with. It's actually used, but the guy had only shot about 50 rounds through it, so here's just your parts and accessories, all this case stuff that it comes with. Here's the FFL transfer stuff. Here's your how to shoot a Desert Eagle on paper. Here's your manual and all that. Your one shell casing. I don't think they could really afford to shoot that many more of them at the factory. But basically there's what it comes with. This is for, I think, I'm not exactly sure what comes in that. Like, it's either a scope or something. I know they have scope mounts on this gun, so you can use it for that. Here's what I guess is just a cleaning rod, I guess, for this gun. It does have the cleaning brush right here, which is kind of nice. I can imagine it'd be an absolute pain in the butt finding one in 50 AE. And here's your tool to take apart the gun. Mace, I'm not sure what they call it. They have a fancy name. It's either like a 4 or 5 use tool they have down. And there's your basic magazine. These things are really expensive, unlike the Glock. They don't really, you can buy a knockoff for like 20 bucks, but I've heard they don't feed very well, so I'd assume you'd want to stick with an actual Magnum Research, and I mean it's like 40 bucks and then an additional however much for the actual finish, just for the little plate at the bottom, just a little bit extra just to get that in the the gun is brushed chrome, so there's a brushed chrome plate on here, so you can pay a little bit extra for that. And yeah, that's full of 50 AE right there. It's a pretty big round, but as you can see, it only fits 7. You're limited to pretty low capacity when you go with this size gun. And just see, there's the gun. It's your 50 AE, your Magnum Research, Desert Eagle pistol. Let's see what we got here. Here's your serial and all that. I'm not going to put that on there. But practically the safety on here is a little hard to use. It's way easier to actually just pull it up. But I don't think this was meant to be a necessarily tactical gun, Judging from the weight and size, I mean, it's got a big caliber, but I don't think they really intended you to use this in close quarters combat. This safety off, I mean, it's ambidextrous, it's on both sides here. It's your basic sights, that's nothing fancy. I mean, they don't even have the box and dot on the front like the Glock sights, so pretty bare bones. Eventually I want to put some night sights on that too, just because they look nicer. This is a Mark 19, by the way, and if you look on top you can see those little markers. Those are actually, that right there is actually for mounting a sight or a scope. Pretty fancy. I know you can actually update the barrel on this, change it out with whatever you want. This is a 6-inch barrel that's on here, but you can switch it out with a 10-inch barrel. And then again, that's not really cheap. I mean, if you look on their website, it's like 400 bucks for it's either 300 or 400 for the barrel just in 6-inch, and then an additional 86 for any of the chrome finishes, and I think it's a little more definitely more for the gold, and it's a little bit more for the gold nitrate finish. But let's see, I'll set this down here, see if I can't get the slide open here. It's definitely a very different firearm. Alright, so there's the slide open. It's definitely not your typical handgun design. It's actually, as you can see, it's got a rotary bolt assembly. It kind of rotates and locks like you'd find in an AR-15. And down under there, it's actually got a gas piston. So, I mean, this does change several things for the gun. You definitely, with a locking barrel, it doesn't really move, and rotating bolt and all that, it seems like you'd be able to get a little better accuracy with this. The downside is you can't use lead bullets in here. If you risk using, how should I say this? If you're using lead bullets, you might actually clog the gas ports in the gun, which is basically impossible to fix. And unless you have another $400 or $500 laying around for a new barrel, you're just kind of gonna end up screwed. So it's best to check what ammo you use before you fire it through the gun. I mean, all in all, it's pretty nice. I bought a hoe grip from it, or for it, from Magnum Research. Bought it like 2 weeks ago, and they still haven't even responded to me. So on eBay, they're going for like $60 just for the grip, because the company that owns the Desert Eagle, I guess Car Arms now, actually owns the trademark and all that. So they're the only ones that are allowed to sell the hoe grip. So 1911 hoe grip will cost you like $20, like the hoe grip with finger grooves and all that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, for this gun is like $60 shipped. I mean, it's a little outrageous, but I wanted one, so we'll see if I ever get it. I mean, it's a pretty big hull. Definitely a big, shiny, heavy gun. Not as practical as a Glock, but and loaded this weighs like 5 pounds. It's very large size gun. I mean, you're gonna have difficulty concealing this gun. I don't know why you'd want to conceal 50 AE. Some people do it just because they can. That 50 AE is not designed for anything in public. It just would not be a smart idea unless you're Dirty Harry or something like that. But just got this with it. Some Spear Gold Dot, 325 grain hollow points. Just for a size comparison here, got some ammo, different types out here. Here's your 50 AE, 325 grain hollow point. This is a 357 Magnum. And there is your 9mm. And as you can see, that is quite a difference. I mean, just the size of that compared to the others. I mean, let's see, versus your 9mm there. There's just a massive size difference. And these rounds, if you're lucky, you can find them for about $1.25. I mean, that Spear Gold Dot is like $35 for a box of 20. There was a really good deal on some site where you could get 200 rounds for $2.40 shipped to your door, but of course that sold out. So, I mean, basically, probably be better if you reload or something like that. But or you can change the barrel to 44 Magnum or whatever. But all in all, I felt like I had to get the 50 AE because, after all, it is a Desert Eagle. So But yeah, I mean, I haven't really done too many of these kind of videos, but if you have any questions, I'm gonna go shoot this later this week. Should be some good fun. But I guess just post some comments if you have any questions or whatever, and give you an answer as best I can.